Your money is my money. Simple as that.
Okay, what?
I've never fed you the energy of using you or with you because you got this and you got that. Like, I've never given you that vibe.
I'm not another one of his clients. I'm the love of his life, and he should treat me like that.
You can write your own prenup that says, okay,
Bust my ass so hard and you know it. Don't sit here and tell me I did it.
Welcome to the channel, friends. Let's dive into why women are so fiercely afraid of signing a prenuptial agreement, and, on the other hand, why some are eager to have one in place before marriage. We'll explore the reasons behind these contrasting attitudes and discuss them in detail. But first, I'm counting on your support with a like and subscription.
I don't want a prenup. Yes. I think that it's too many, it's just too much going on. If I love you and you love me until death do us part, that's it. Now, why do we need a prenup? Because you already planned it. Now.
Be careful the type of woman you bring around and you expose into your life and expose into your kids, because the woman who was there for you, she's going to shake you down for $30 million, even though she's not your wife. This is crazy. You might not be Tiger Woods, y'all, but if you want to be, how do I say this? Happy Gilmore. You remember Happy Gilmore? If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, you know, he said that it's all in the hips, Happy Gilmore. Maybe it's all in the prenup, okay?
If you guys got married, would you have a prenup?
I haven't talked about that yet, but my sister is a lawyer, so she would suggest that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow. It's a good conversation for the ride back home.
Oh, no.
You have a prenup?
Absolutely. Do you have one yourself? Or
I do.
Okay, so let me tell you what it did for us. I like where we have your money, my money, our money. She says, I want to buy that new Chanel purse. How much, babe? $12,000. You want to buy that Chanel purse? Buy it with your money. If I want to buy that purse for you, I'll buy it with my money, so you know I bought it with my money. If we have something that we're doing for our kids and ourselves, which is us, team us, this is our money. I noticed that minimize arguments to the point where no one's being judged.
Getting a prenup has anything to do with the lack of trust in your partner?
it absolutely does. Kudos to the girl in law school. That's amazing. However, I want to look at this from a different perspective. If it wasn't due to trust in the man thinking you're going to take 50% of everything he owns, then what is it about? You can write your own prenup that says, okay, if we're worried about the government, we can do 50-50 in case of a divorce. But the problem is not that. The problem is that most people, most men that request for a prenup, it's usually heavily in their favor without the woman's side negotiating. Or if it does negotiate, it's a very small percentage, not taking into account that she's spending the best years of her life, where she could have found a potentially better partner who would provide for her.
And here we observe an amusing situation. When a man wants a prenuptial agreement, the woman screams that it's not love, it's disrespect, and why bring bureaucracy into it? But if a woman suddenly sees her benefit in it, notice how everything changes. Suddenly, she's talking about potentially wasted prime years when she could have found a millionaire. He would have taken care of her for life without any contracts, which are so humiliating when they come from a man, but so pure and noble when suggested by a woman. Quite the curious math, don't you think?
If you have a prenup, you don't have a relationship. You're not building something. You have an escape hatch. You know what I'm saying? You have a girlfriend that you created a loop that you could get out of to call her your wife for her. But it's your girlfriend because you could break up whenever you want and everything's okay. A real relationship, the way that like marriage was designed, is we are in this shit and we got to fight through this and we got to work on this and develop this love. And I think you do that without the parachute.
Yeah, I don't agree at all. Basically, he's saying don't prepare for the worst. The thing is, in a relationship, you can't control the other person. You can only control yourselves. People could change their minds over time or something that happens. So to me, it makes no sense. If you're going to stay together, great. Nothing's going to happen. But if you decide to get divorced or someone decides to leave, why would you want to risk everything you've built?
Prenup. And why do men think that they are entitled to half of a man's money when he already came in with all his money? Men do not benefit from a marriage. Usually they lose money, they lose the kids, they lose the house, they gotta pay child support, they gotta pay alimony. What's the point? It's a lot of women who are just looking for a come up. So they wanna use a man, benefit from a man. Women's argument is, well, I don't wanna enter this if you don't trust me. It's not about trust at this point because 70% of divorce are actually initiated by women. So who are they fucking fooling? I do think it's different if I helped you build your empire, or if you wanted me to be a housewife and stop working because you wanted me to take care of the home, take care of you, or take care of the kids, and I put my career to the side. Then it's a little fucked up that if we do get divorced, I get nothing. That's not fair. But me personally, I wouldn't want a prenup. I wouldn't. But if he wants one, I'll give him one because I wouldn't care. During the marriage, I'm probably gonna still work, so I'm gonna still make some money.
You sign a prenup?
No, I'm not signing no prenup. What you got is what I got.
Okay, but I don't understand, why would you not want to sign? Basically, our love is
Your
real.
money is my money. Simple as that.
Okay, why are we going straight to the money? It don't have any. All I'm doing is my lawyers are telling me that I have to protect myself, and it's not from you, but it's just
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Everything that you bring in the house, is mine too.
Nah, because I mean, what did you come with? What did you come with that you deserve to think you just don't like? Like, this is for our own protection. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what you say. It's my money too. Simple as that.
But see, the lawyer said that's what you was gonna do though. They were saying you was not.
No, he didn't.
So what's the point of you not signing the prenup?
The money that you bring home is mine too. Simple as that. End of conversation.
That's crazy. So I guess there ain't gonna be no wedding.
Whatever. It's gonna be a wedding.
Well, I think the conclusions are obvious. Another predator has set her sights on someone else's money. These women cloud a man's judgment with their passion, tenderness, and agreeableness. But it's all a trap. And when the right moment comes, she'll file for a sudden divorce, destroying his life. Not hers, of course, since she'll drain every drop from her ex-husband, and everyone around the couple will definitely take her side. So the man risks everything. Money, reputation, everything. And it seems to me the guy in the video is making the only right decision to save himself from future problems.
Before getting married, he wants to move in together.
I think it's important to see how you can live amongst one another before you really commit.
He makes $100K, but lives with his mom.
Man, he could just be a really good guy. There's not a lot out there, but I guess I'm going to be paranoid and say red flag.
He eats out every day of the week.
He's not living with his mom, so green, that's fine. I mean, he might not know how to cook yet.
Before he gets married, he wants a prenup.
I mean, green. You have to consider all possibilities nowadays.
You still think that getting a prenup has anything to do with the lack of trust in your partner? Maybe you're mistaken, but that's okay because I didn't know this until I went to law school. So now I'm just going to share what I learned with you. And I'm really surprised this is not widespread knowledge because it should be. Getting a prenup actually has everything to do with the lack of trust in your government. And here's why. We can actually compare a prenup to a will in the sense that you either draft your own will or the government will use the one that they already drafted. You feel me? In the same sense, it's not about whether you want a prenup or you don't want a prenup. It's a matter of which prenup do you want? The one that you drafted, that you agree with, that you think is fair? Or, in the instance of death or divorce, the one that the government already drafted? It's up to you.
You dirty bitch. Damn! Hey, shit like that get me excited, man. Can't lie.
You know, it definitely makes me a little nervous that you're making a big deal about it. It just seems like you feel some type of way because you aren't entitled to it if we're ever to break up.
Really?
Agreements in marriage.
Do we really gotta go there?
Yes, that's part of marriage. Part of kids, like, that's everything. That's everything in one.
Because you think marriage is a contract. That's what you think.
Yes, it is. We haven't been together all my life, correct? Like, to me, I feel like it'll be different if me and you started when I was 18, going through college, my college sweetheart. Oh, it wouldn't be no question. Like, nothing.
So what you're saying is I went with you shooting in the gym?
I was gonna be a little more easier. I was. But yes, technically, yes.
I personally don't think
Right.
that marriage should happen.
So if something was to happen, would you, like, just take the house from me? Would you take the house? Would you take the kids? Would you take the cars?
No, you know I'm not even that type of person.
Right.
So I feel like since you know that I'm not that type of person, what is it going to hurt? We spoke about prenups. Eric thought we should have one. I didn't think we should have one. I'm not against it. It's just wanting Eric to trust me more. What do you fear of?
I think for me, it's from being hurt in the past.
Correct,
You know,
about your
people
past.
crossing me, telling me they ain't gonna do this, they'll never do that.
I get it. But when it comes to the financial side of me and you, like, I've never fed you the energy of using you or with you because you got this and you got that. Like, I've never given you that vibe our whole 4 years. Like, I showed you that I really don't need you, money-wise.
Right. So Jessica and I are on the same page with prenuptial agreements. If we can't see eye to eye, I don't know what we're going to do in order for things to move forward. But I know one thing for sure. I'm not going in this marriage without no prenup. We'll continue that conversation.
So many men have been burned by this so-called flame of love that it's no wonder this man insists on a prenuptial agreement. Sure, it might seem like it kills the romance a bit. But, you know, nothing will kill faith in love more than a divorce that leaves you out on the street with nothing. So I'm more inclined to support his side because if I were in his shoes, I'd want the same. What do you think? Is it reasonable to demand a prenuptial agreement before marriage?
Congratulations, you two. Now will you guys be getting a prenup? Yes. No. Honey, why'd you say yes to the prenup?
Let's talk about the prenup. Yes, you should get one. I have a lot of mentors in my life, and this one in particular went through a divorce, and he's worth a lot of money. And I didn't even ask him about the prenup, but he was just giving me general life and money advice. As I was gonna go, he said, oh wait, I almost forgot, 100% get a prenup. I was like, okay, like why? And he said, well, it just protects you, and after all, your partner shouldn't have a problem with it because the only reason the prenup even does anything is if you guys get a divorce. So if you really love me and we're actually in this marriage till death do us part, then the prenup will never apply anyway, so why does it matter? As long as we're married, you have access to the money and you're taken care of, so get the prenup. More on YouTube, follow to grow your wealth.
Okay, babe, I totally understand. It's like better to be protected and, you know, like you worked so hard for everything you have.
You know, Kevin, you're like a very little, careful, but very stupid ostrich. You hide your very little retarded head in the sand, but your whole ass is still out, available for business. Kevin, I want you to understand that I married not a rich man. I married a stupid man. If I really want to, I'm going to make your life a nightmare. And you will voluntarily give me all your embarrassing belongings just so I leave you alone. What is it? You're hungry? Where does it say on this pathetic piece of paper that I have to cook for your retarded ass?
Hello, mama. Did you know that I married a greedy squirrel, not a man?
With signing a piece of paper, and then we're safe. Like if something happens in the future.
Why would I go after your money? I'm content with family. I don't care about money. I don't care about cars. Yeah, it's nice to have in life, but I am not with you for that.
Then what's the problem with signing a piece of paper? Just sign it and let's just forget about it.
Yeah, that piece of paper is like a sword in my heart. It means you don't trust me. A prenup to me means that your partner thinks that you're going to take everything if all else fails, which after 5 years of being together and having a son together, Sean should 100% trust me.
I mean, everything's wonderful now, but I've seen what my parents went through. I just don't want to go through the same thing. What's the harm of talking to a lawyer?
To me, it feels like Sean is treating our marriage like another business contract and not like a unity of love and commitment. Okay, I'm not signing anything, and you need to just know that. You want me or you don't. I am not another one of his clients. I'm the love of his life, and he should treat me like that.
And you know, the most interesting part is that this is exactly how it is. Yes, she loves him and all that, but when the time comes to consider a divorce, will she remember her deep feelings? Like many before her, and many after, divorce often leads to the total destruction of a partner, followed by years of hatred. Only a very small percentage of couples manage to keep things civil and maintain warm relations after a divorce. And of course, these princesses who speak of being the love of his life will hardly forgive if she ceases to be that love.
Burn it.
What?
Did I say stand there and look stupid? No, I said burn it.
Let me see your... Why you gotta curse so much? Are you laughing? No, I'm just laughing because you're a little lit. Do you understand that our wedding is weeks away? Yeah. We're gonna have the prenup drawn up in less than 7 days. We can reach a mutual agreement, honey. It's that easy. So you're saying our relationship is a negotiation? Is that what you're saying? What? You say how you think it. You think everything is... Blanco, I don't know if you understand that. That in my house, everything. My mother taught me one thing, but it's never personal. So if your mom was here right now, in this table, your mom is gonna tell you that mine and your relationship is business? Let's get one thing straight, baby. You met me knowing what I was building. No, what are you talking about? Well, I'm just saying. When you met me, I was already doing my thing. Michael, shut up. What's the problem? The last time I checked, when you were running Pure Blanco, I was right behind you guys. Exactly. Okay? You just said behind. Oh, behind? Yeah, behind. Oh, I was behind you guys, like right? 2 years behind. You weren't helping me conduct business. Oh, I wasn't helping you conduct business? I was doing.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me
a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Do not take that. Don't do it to me. Take it. No, I don't give a f about the cameras, Michael. Do it. I don't care.
baby.
I busted my ass so hard and you know it. Don't sit here and tell me I did it.
So did I. So did I. There's no need for this. Let's get to a number.
No, there's no number, Michael. There's no number. Baby, this is not a business. Our love is not a business. Our love is not a business. You want to sit here and tell me that what I went through with you was easy? It was not. I lost my family. I lost everything.
That was dang this.
Not sign that prenup. Nope.
Honey, I think you're going to be very excited to hear this. I want to get a prenup. Oh, you mother... Oh, come on, just hear me out. I think a prenup could be a pretty good thing for us. If you're already planning on divorcing me, just come out and say it. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. Like, a prenup is an agreement between a couple, like you and I, who plan on getting married, and it decides how our debt and assets get distributed to us, or our children, in the event of a divorce or death. We're both, young and healthy, and we love each other way too much to get divorced. Think about it this way, okay? You know I have expensive taste. If I happen to get into lots of crazy debt, you wouldn't have to take on that debt if something happened to me or our relationship if we live in a community property state. Plus, I think now is the right time to openly talk about our finances before we get married. I'm not saying it'll happen to us, but 50% of marriages end in divorce, and a prenup would protect both of us. Let's say we have kids and we get divorced, it would determine if either of us are responsible for alimony, for example. And wouldn't you like to protect the assets you've already built up? Yeah, I guess so. I guess a prenup kind of makes sense.
As expected, what's hers is hers, and what's his is also hers. So be careful before diving headfirst into a relationship and getting married on impulse. Marriage isn't just about love. It's also about mature decisions that carry responsibility for each other, the surrounding environment, and society.